What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Cat and Beardy here today, bringing you another camp video because you guys love it so very much. But we're starting off today with, I think, a very nice build, a very simple build. And but when I say I think, I don't mean I'm just randomly guessing because this is all done after I've recorded the stuff. I'm saying I think because I might be in love with this build, just for the sheer. It's just that I can't physically put it into words, so I'm having to put it into sounds. Just it was a beautiful build. I absolutely loved this build, and the fact is, I'm pretty sure it was done by a lower level kind of person. The person's actually at the camp with me right now, which I will actually go salute in a second. What level are they? So 62, 42. Okay, so they're a low level kind of build. But man, I loved this camp, and I might recreate this in a similar way. But the reason I love this camp is because of the way that I am now marking these camps. Now, normally when I give points towards a camp, it's like, use of space, design, looks, aesthetic and all that kind of stuff, and the prices in vendors, which I must say I do thoroughly approve of all the prices in this vending location. Excuse me, I had to burp then. But the way I'm deciding to mark it now is if it makes sense. And what I mean by that is if you walked into a house in real life and the room had nothing but a single chair in it, you'd go, this room doesn't make any sense. But if you walked into a room, say a living room, and it had a couch and a TV, maybe a bookshelf and all this other kind of stuff, and it made sense, that's what I'm marking things on now, and this build made sense. Now, the interior we saw there in the crafting area and the shop area made sense. It was separated out into specific areas that you could go to either craft or shop. There you go, pretty damn specific. Then I had to glitch in through the window, but even this area made sense. So there's a little sitting area where I'm at right now. There's that windowed table area where you can just chill and enjoy some of the sunlight on your back, and then there's the bedroom area, and it really makes sense. Now, the posters on the walls, they're fun, they're a little bit of house decoration, but it makes sense. Like if you saw this as a house, you'd say, yeah, it's a bit of an odd shape, but it makes sense. And I'm not making sense, which is pretty damn funny. But I dig this camp build, man. This was a groovy camp because it was practical, it was beautiful, and it just wasn't a waste of space. It was absolutely thoroughly well done. And even like the little garden, how awesome is that? I like that. It's just nice. I mean, seeing something that beautiful is just, it's perfect. So definitely a thumbs up from me because I definitely need to see more of these camp builds, man. These are just beautiful. Build more like this, people. However, this is the one that I absolutely hate, and I'm not even gonna wait to, show off the fact that I hate this. I hate these kind of builds. Literally just, a square with a set of stairs on it, and then leading to a bigger square that's most likely got wasted space on the inside. Do you want me to rationalize it? I could rationalise why people build like this. Okay, let's rationalise why people build like this after I say, yes, I'm very happy that the water purifiers were open, apart from the one at the end. That makes sense. So here's my here's my rational argument of why people build this way. Because if you had foundations on the floor that had walls that made it look like an actual building, enemies could come across and attack your building, thus damaging it, meaning you'd have to go in and repair it. Whereas if you do it this way, the only thing they can really attack is the stuff you've put down on the floor and the stairs. There you go, there's my rational argument for it. Now here's my absolute honest opinion of it. Stop building like this. It just makes the entire universe look really ugly and you anger the gods of building. But obviously, to each their own. That's just my opinion on it, man. That's just like my opinion, man. But the pricing was not that bad. I mean, the highest thing in this one vending area, in this one vending machine, was that jetpack. At 300, which was not bad. I've seen people sell jetpacks for like 6,000, so yeah. And I did like the junk. People selling bulk stuff used to sell them at really high prices, but now people are actually being really sensible and they're marking down their bulk stuff, which is really awesome. I kind of dig it when people are like, it's bulk, right? You could either go farm for 5 minutes and get the exact same amount of stuff, or I could sell it you for a decent price. There you go. But I'm also doing the thing that you guys requested I do a couple of episodes back, which was check the legendary effects on the stuff. And of course, I don't know what any of the stuff does. However, having it explained to me makes sense, I guess. I don't know how it works in full context because I'm not a PvPer or PvEer. I'm a builder. That's my entire thing. I do a bit of PvE, and the only PvP I've ever done is Nuclear Winter, and that odd kind of just random session I have when I'm drunk. But yeah, no, the prices in this vendor were decent for some. I mean, there we go. There's an anti-armor Gatling plasma. You guys probably know how effective it is against enemies better than I do. So yeah, at 3,000 caps, I guess is a good price. You guys can tell me this in the comment section down below if it was a good price or a bad price. However, having some good prices in vendors compared to the building itself will immediately pretty much just get you and me walking away from this build and never wanting to come back again. Yes, you had some good things like open water purifiers and cheap prices, but the build was ugly, and so even from a distance, I wouldn't want to come and look at it. But this one was, I think, the wackiest build I came across, and I think it might be the wackiest build that I've come across to date. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But this one was quite interesting because it was a big build. It was like a courtyard kind of build. So the bridge over the river right here, and it's not the River Kwai, sadly, because that would make me Alec Guinness. But the bridge was where the vending machines were, and then the rest of it was kind of separated into things that, once again, and of course I must always play with an Alpine horn, but they made sense. So this area right here was the kooky recreation area where you could just sit and chill or play instruments and get tuned up. That's pretty damn cool. It had a porta potty. That's pretty funny. First build I think I've seen with a terminal in it in a long time. And then of course we head on to the inside where we have crafting areas separated in a strange way. So we've got the cooking and the fermentation and the power armor, and then in this we've got the rest of them. So I think they were separated in that way specifically. I don't know. The one thing about that clock that bugs me is the fact that it just keeps flashing. You can't have it set to actually tell the time, because that'd be pretty cool. But it made sense. I liked the design. It was, once again, very compact. And the areas did kind of make sense. Now, the merging of the random floors just then, that kind of threw me off. And of course, this has been built in a weird way where the main building is also separated. Like the main building we were just in is separated from the rest of the courtyard build because the walls don't connect and all this kind of stuff. So it's not rectangular or 90-degree angular, which was kind of a weird rhyme. But like the courtyard area is a little bit separate from the main house, which was kind of cool. But of course, we must check out the prices, and the bulk items on this, I think, were marked up a little bit more. The mods, I'm perfectly fine with. Like the mods were priced pretty decently, actually. I mean, I don't buy mods personally. The only mod I think I've bought is that Fat Man Merv from the last episode, and I have so much fun with that mod. It's unbelievable. I would just run up to anything and just Hadouken a bunch of mini nukes of them. But yeah. Oh, and there was also, I just saw it then for a second, and here I am checking out the things, but where is it? Yeah, the Daisy Cutter. That's, I wish I should have bought that. I do love a Fat Man. It is like the staple of the Fallout universe. It's just so much fun. But yeah, no, once again, I don't really know much about weapon pricing or anything like that. I do know about other pricing, like junk pricing and planned pricing and all that kind of stuff. And not cosmetics, but aid pricing. I do know that kind of stuff. I've never really been a big fan of weapons. Like, I don't know how to farm them and all that kind of stuff. You guys know how to do that, so I just leave that up to you. But yeah, the pricing for some of these was a bit weird. I guess I could have let it slip. The serums were actually priced pretty damn cheap, I'd say. I mean, the lowest I've seen a serum priced is 400, I think, 400 caps. So 1,400 is not that bad. And, you know, they do take quite a bit to make those serums. So once again, you know, like Marsupial there, he's got 8 of them, for crying out loud, at 1,000 caps. So that's 8,000 caps he's going to make from that. But those 8 people with Marsupial, if they are builders, will most likely suck his dick for being pure awesome. Because I do know Marsupial helps me out when I'm building a lot. But the plans, they were all priced greatly. Don't think he had any ammo, but I did like this build. It was a wacky build, it was a kooky build, it was a weirdly shaped build, but I liked it. The price was good, the design was good, the entire thing was good. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. And then, of course, there is this build. which I think I'm going to have to... It was just up the road from the previous build, but I think we're going to have to rate this one in with the first build, because it's just pure beauty. Now, it's a rectangle. I don't get... You'll see in a second. I don't get why this door was locked. It's kind of weird, but this reminds me of an actual in-game structure, like an in-game structure shed kind of thing. It reminds me... It actually looks almost like it was pre-built in-game, which is kind of awesome. And this was pretty funny. Like the weird voodoo shack that you couldn't get into. And I tried... if you've got stuff that's lockpicked, I'm not going to lockpick it because I don't want to be a dick. And having an open water purifier will definitely mean that I'm coming around to your camp. But just the weird kooky kind of voodoo shed that you had going on. And I also did not know that you could lock shutters. That's pretty cool. But the voodoo shack behind it immediately piqued my interest. I was like, I gotta go and try and check this out. So what I was actually trying to do is peer through some of the cracks in the wooden walls to see through. But I'm pretty sure this was designed to be like a Mothman shrine house kind of thing. I don't know. If I see this person again, or this person sees this video, please let me know what was in that shack. I'm quite interested to know. But I do love this main area kind of build, which is just... It's pure beauty, man. I mean, once again, no wasted space. The design makes sense. Everything fits in. Now, obviously, the weird kind of... Well, not the weird kind of walls, but the heads on the walls. I don't know if they make sense in a well, it's not a shed build, is it? It's more of a garage where you get your car fixed kind of build. Maybe. But even upstairs has got no wasted space. It's great. It's got that little balcony area where you walk up onto, and then it's got a power armor place, which makes sense because you need quite a lot of room to do your power armor. See, people making sense in builds is awesome. Now this, I swear to God, I have no idea where you get that from, or if that's there, or anything, but I want it. I'm going to Google how to get that, because you could have so much fun with that in a build. Like, you could make a Batman and Robin kind of thing where you just burst out the smoke and all that kind of stuff. So it would be pretty fun. But obviously, check the prices. Check the prices. The prices on this camp, I was going to say this build, were okay. They weren't the best. I mean, the railway rifle at 500, I think that's almost a 2/3 markdown for what it sells in the actual vendors. So a lot of them were actually pretty decent. I mean, you know, your kitchen chairs for 50, that's not bad. But the railway rifle at 500, I might change my mind. I think the plans were actually marked perfectly on that. And the weapons as well, like a Nocturnal the Dragon at level 2. Not bad, 500 caps. I also did not know that those were weapons, those sheep squatch shards. I had no idea they were weapons. Also, the Brotherhood Lab Coat, I had no idea that was in. That's actually pretty decent. Yeah, I even went back to check on that. But I don't get why some of these bobbleheads were marked different from the others. That doesn't really make sense to me. Like, if you're just going to sell a bobblehead, sell it at 100. Everybody averages 50 or 100. Also, bulk lead at 25 a piece. That's not bad. The end, of course, there you go. You've got your box standard kind of just... Yeah, I love this build. I want this build. I want to make love to this build. This build was awesome. This build was like the first one. This absolutely beautiful. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of today's camp builds. Now, if you want me to come and check out your camp, I will come and check out your camp. Simply add me on PSN. It's my username, Captain Beardy. So go ahead and do that. It's C.A.P.T.N. Beardy. It's weird. But apart from that, thanks for coming along today. You know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, stay awesome.